Okay, it's time to do a few jobs around the garage before I get on with my next major work, which will be to rebuild this Norton Commando engine. But one thing I've realised is it's been getting worse and worse that my hydraulic lift is slowly getting harder and harder to get it to full height. It goes up okay halfway in that, but then when it gets near the top, it just runs out of puff. And I've realised that basically I just need to top it up with hydraulic fluid. So I bought some hydraulic fluid. Okay, I've been told don't use like brake fluid. You need proper hydraulic fluid. This is a Fox Hunter hydraulic lift, which I think is similar to the ones that Clark and that sell. I'm not sure, but it's fine. It works fine. But I've always, increasingly I've had a problem with it not pumping right up. So I think I need to top it up. The problem is there's absolutely no sort of instructions on how to top it up. So you've got two screws here. One's covered with a little cover, a little plastic cover, if I can pop that off. It's just a screw underneath. Okay, but the plastic cover, you probably can't see that. It says do not adjust. Okay, so whatever that is, not great. That's the adjustment for how quick the stand goes down, the whole thing goes down when you press the release pedal, so you can adjust the speed at which it drops. And then you've got a little rubber bung. There it is, a little rubber bung that fits in the outer casing of the sort of piston assembly. And that is apparently where you top the fluid up. So what I've done is I've jacked the table up. I've just, and I mean just managed to get it up high enough to get the sort of support rod in. And then I've released the pressure by pressing the release pedal. Okay, very important. But I put it up so that I can actually get to this. Obviously, when this is fully down, then it's hard to get to the actual piston because the actual table's in the way. So I've jacked it up and then released the pressure, so there's no pressure in it. Okay, so then I've got my mini. Sorry, not that one. That's actually too big. Where's it gone? I've put it down somewhere now. Oh, there it is. So this is actually a bigger. What's the word? Yeah, that one. Yeah, you know what I mean. Yeah, good. I can't think of the name of them. They've gone. Funnel. There's weird words just sometimes go from your head. Which is actually what I use for putting testing engines. Put it in the fuel pipe. Because that's got a small enough nozzle on it to fit in there. And I'm just going to top it up with some fluid, and then we'll check it again. I'll check it and see how it pumps up with when it's been topped up with fluid. Okay, so we're going to get the jack oil, put it in there, and then hopefully that should do it. I'll let you know. Right, great, yeah, that's all done, and it worked a treat. The only thing to remember, which I suddenly realised halfway through doing it, is that of course is the actual reservoir, but I'm filling the reservoir with the piston fully open. So suddenly I'm pouring fluid in, and I suddenly think, hang on, when that piston comes back in, it's going to fill the reservoir and it's going to come out of the hole. And so I only put a little bit of fluid in, not much, and then I stopped and I lowered the table down and sure enough, loads of fluid came, even though I did not put much in, loads of fluid came out. But I reasoned, okay, that's it, it's now full. Put the bung in, and I've pumped it back up, and it's now, it's now way above. It goes way above, that slot pumps right up to the top now. So it only needed a little bit of fluid, and and then I tested it by lowering it down and sure enough, loads of fluid came out of there. So I think that's now full. Put the bung back in, and that's it. So I just did that kind of this video because I've always thought, how do I top this up? There's no label that says top up here or fill here or anything. But sure enough, that the sort of the reservoir is the outer part of that sort of piston, and then it leaves there and goes and drives the piston up inside. Okay, so a little job, but important, because I just couldn't get the table up to full height. It was fine halfway, and then it's got slower and slower, and then you're just like pumping air towards the end, and that's all it needed. Okay, there we go.